Hi, Calvary Summitview. Thanks for watching this video. Many of you have asked me, how is our church doing? And I think you're asking that in a few different ways, and so I want to answer that question in a few different ways. Number one, our church as an organization is able to float during this time because we have practiced the principle of having that 3 to 6 months worth of emergency fund. And so we're still able to meet our budget and continue to do ministry, even though we haven't had a worship service for the last 4 weeks. But secondly, I think you're asking, how are the people of Calvary Summitview doing? And I want to let you know that we are taking care of people as a church and that you've taken care of people as a church. Some people have been stretched financially. And I shared in an offering video this last week that there are 4 needs in particular that if you're facing them, we want you to reach out to us because we're concerned about them as well. And we want to help to meet that need. And the first is this, able to meet that payment that keeps the roof over your head. And the second would be this, transportation. We find it necessary to be able to drive to a job, and perhaps you're still driving to your job. If you can't put gas in your car, please reach out to us. The third would be if you cannot buy groceries, that's an essential need. We want you to reach out to us. We believe that God has put us in community so that we can help with that need. And then fourthly, if you're facing a medical procedure where you cannot afford to make a payment that the doctors will give you that procedure, we want you to reach out to us because we want to help. If that's your life, your livelihood, your moving around, your well-being, we want to help with that. And so we're here to care for you, and that's what we're committed to doing for you as a church. People at our church have given, and we believe that we want to live out what 1 John 3:16 through 17 says, which is that we wouldn't just love in word and speech, but in deed. And those are 4 things that we've said we want to come along and help you with. But then thirdly, I want to share with you that the mission or the purpose of Calvary Summitview has not ceased. In fact, we're probably having more opportunities to share the gospel. I'm encouraged to hear how many of you have asked for prayer for someone that is far from Jesus. And we want you to know that we're praying for those people with you. And we expect that God's going to use an opportunity here, even in the midst of a pandemic, for you to be able to share about the hope of Jesus with people who are in desperate times and in desperate need of hope, the kind of hope that Jesus offers. And perhaps if you have thought of those 3 people that I asked you that you might be praying for 4 weeks ago, 3 people that God's put in your life to pray for, I'd encourage you to share those people with someone else. If you can't think of anybody else in your church to say, hey, here are the 3 people I'm praying for that God would help me to love, I want you to send those people to me. We love you, and I want to encourage you that the mission of Calvary Summitview has not ceased, even though we might not be gathering together in person. I'm praying for you. We love you. You have a church that loves you. If you need anything, reach out to us. And if you have a story to share about how the mission of Jesus is advancing in the midst of our times, we'd love to hear it from you. We love you. Take care.